All right. Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to this edition of Speaking of Zane. It's been a minute, like a month or so. We've had a busy schedule, a lot of travel, but we are back in the saddle. Just wanted to get on here, let everybody know what was going on. Lori and I are home from London. We got home this week. She came home a day before me. I came home on Thursday night. And I'm home for 3 short days and I'm back out again. But Lori's here. And our little granddaughter Carson is here. Lori had to drive down to Montgomery Friday to meet Carson's other grandmother who lives in Pensacola. So they met halfway, transferred little 6-year-old Carson, and now she's with us until I think Tuesday when she flies back to Minnesota, which is the same day Lori's mother comes to town for a few days. And I won't be here. I'm going to be out of town. I'm heading out tomorrow, actually, heading up to Ohio for a veterans event, a little bit of work, a little bit of veteran activity. And and then I'll tell you what I'm doing after that. But anyway, so Lori and I had a great time in London, 10, 11 days. I took a side trip to Amsterdam. Took some of my colleagues over there that had not visited. Went to Amsterdam for a few days, had a good time there. Did the Running to Honor 5K yet again in Amsterdam. We probably had 50 of us. So I got to tell the whole story behind Running to Honor. I got to tell all about honoring the fallen. A lot of folks over in Europe, they don't have the same reverence as we do for our fallen. So I got a chance to talk about that, talk about Zane, share the purpose there. And they were fantastic. Our Amsterdam office, there are 59 nationalities there. And just incredible. Had a great time meeting a lot of people for the first time, meetings, getting to hang out with some people that I've known for 3 or 4 or 5 years. And it was a really good time in Amsterdam. And then back to London and spent the weekend there. Lori and I did some fun stuff. And then on Tuesday, had the Running to Honor 5K in London. For the third year in a row, we had probably 25 of us, including Lori. And we walked through the scenic streets of London, across the Millennium Bridge, down the Thames, back across Tower Bridge, past HMS Belfast. It was a beautiful day in the upper 80s, very warm for London. They've been having a lot of warm temperatures in the 90s, which is unthinkable for over there, but they're enduring. Most homes over there don't have what they refer to as air conditioning. They don't have air con. The offices do, but most homes don't, and so they make the best of it. But had a great time with my team over there, and Lori got to spend the whole time with me. And we did the Running to Honor. So we've done the Running to Honor in Detroit, which was fantastic in person this year. 10th anniversary of Zane's passing. Aaron Bartle was absolutely amazing and fantastic. Family, friends, Zane's Army buddies. We just had such a great reunion, had an awesome Airbnb and had some barbecue and hung out after the 5K. It was amazing. I can't even explain how fantastic it was. But we had a really good time. We drove actually, and it was good because on the way back, there's Lori right there. Hey, Lori. And we drove back from Detroit, and I asked Lori, I said, hey, instead of driving straight home, can we go to St. Louis? Would you mind? Do you have anything going on? She doesn't work, but she does a lot of grandma stuff. So she says, no, we can go. So we drove back to St. Louis, and I got to attend the retirement party of a good friend of mine I've known for, 14, 15 years. And we had a good time there in St. Louis celebrating his retirement. And then we drove home. And then it wasn't but a few days that we're off to London. I'm not complaining. We have a great life, just wonderful. And so we got over there, had a really good time. Lori got to do some, I was working, of course, and I went to Amsterdam. Lori was doing all the normal Lori stuff around town, and I'm glad she was able to go. And she got Polaris, which is the United business class, I think both ways, which was fantastic. But good stuff. Well, let's see. Let's do a head count here. Daryl's in there. Ken's in there. Carl's in there. Toby's in there. Brenda Lusk is in there. Brenda, sorry we missed you in Detroit, but we had such a good time there in Taylor with Aaron and the Aarons, and it was a good time. My dad's in there. Lori's in there. Let's see. What else we got going? Real short tonight, I wanted to just say we're back home after this whirlwind, all the running to honor stuff that we do. And now I'm heading out tomorrow to go to Ohio. One of the vice presidents of our company has invited me and a couple of others to come up for a veterans activity going on in Sandusky, Ohio. I've never been to Sandusky, but it's on the Erie. It's on the bottom of the Lake Erie. So I'm looking forward to that. And then from there, next major activity that I've been looking forward to, and I almost said dreading. I'm not dreading it. I just know it's going to be very taxing, and that's the 50-mile march. I've been training for this thing about a year now, and I've shared this with you guys over the last year. I've been doing a lot of walking. I do at least 5 miles a day, but on the weekends I've been doing 10-milers. And last weekend in London, I did a 12-miler on Sunday, and I did a 5-miler yesterday here at the house. But all of that to stay lubricated and ready for this 50-mile march between the state capitol in Lincoln on Saturday morning and Werner Park, which is where the Omaha Storm Chasers play in Papillion, on Sunday morning, which is where we'll finish the 50 miles. I know that I looked at the weather. Of course, that's a big factor when you've got a 24-hour activity, and you're walking 10-mile segments, 3 hours, hour break, 3 hours, hour break, 3 hours, hour break, all the way through 50 miles. It takes 22 hours if you add those breaks. And you need the breaks because you got to hydrate, you have to fuel, and you got to tend to any issues. I'm anticipating some foot issues, some blisters, although my feet have done fantastic. I'm prepared. Anyway, I've been getting a lot of coaching from my friend Frank and some others about all of that, what to expect. So I'm a little bit timid. The only thing I'm worried about is my feet. I have baby feet, and but I think I'm ready with the right socks and powder and all the different things that you need. And like I said, I walk regularly. I've got 3 pairs of shoes I'm going to use. They're all in various stages of being broken in. One's a little bit older. The next one's about 6 months behind, and the next one's only about a week and a half. I've been breaking those in. But anyway, can you tell I'm excited, timid, scared? The endurance part I'm not worried about. The feet I was worried about, but I'm okay with that because all the 10-milers I've done, I've been okay. I started to get a little bit worried about the temperature because I did in London, it was 90 degrees. I did the 12-miler. Ooh, that's hot. And then yesterday I did a 5-miler here in the neighborhood. It was 95 degrees. And I'm like, holy smoke. After 5 miles, I'm like, oh, so hot. But I just looked at the weather for Omaha on Saturday and Sunday, and it's looking pretty promising, actually. Yeah, let me do another quick look. I know things can change on a dime. For example, it's 8:44 p.m. here in Atlanta. It's still 91 degrees. But in Omaha, on Saturday and Sunday, it was originally going to be in the 90s. Well, today, things have adjusted a little bit. It looks like the high on Saturday is going to be 80. It'll be glorious. The high on Sunday, 81. The low in the low 60s. So I'm feeling really good about the temperature now. It's going to be sunny. There's no rain in sight. That's another variable. If it rains, it can be miserable. I do have a poncho, all the stuff. I'm prepared for rain, but the forecast doesn't show anything like that. So I think I have everything ready. I have to have a rucksack, which has to be 15 pounds. No problem there. My work backpack's heavier than that, but it has to have 3 liters of water in it. I've got all the stuff I need for the actual march, and then I have to have a bag for the stops and a folding chair for the stops. And I've just about got everything. I think I have everything gathered. I just need to put it in the right place. Um, and then I'll be heading out tomorrow and then arrive in Omaha sometime on Friday. After I get done with my work stuff, I'll be there on Friday. And then Saturday morning, we're going to be on the steps of the Capitol in Lincoln, I think by 9 a.m. And then we leave Lincoln at noon on Saturday. And then we'll march to Papillion. And it's going to be about 22 hours. So the plan is that we'll arrive at Werner Park, which is where the Omaha Storm Chasers play. We'll arrive there at 10 a.m. on Sunday. Anybody and everybody's welcome. So if any of my friends in Omaha, you want to come out, watch us cross the finish line, watch me drag this ragged ass across, you can meet us there at the ballpark. Everything's free. Just come on and celebrate. I think there's going to be stuff for kids and all the celebratory things afterwards on Sunday morning. Unfortunately, Lori can't make it. Lori, she had some arrangements with her mother. Her mother's coming to town, and they haven't seen each other for quite some time. So totally understand that. But anyway, I'll be with my good friend Frank Williams, who I've known since the 80s. And so that'll be fun. But anybody in Omaha, if you want to come and watch us cross the finish line, it'll be at 10 a.m. at Werner Park in Papillion after we've walked 22 hours overnight. Now, since it's going to be in the 60s at night, low 60s, now I'm rethinking some of the things I might take. I might take a couple of long sleeve T-shirts with me. But I'm sure I'll have too much stuff. I always overpack. I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. And the good thing about this, the stops, you have a bag. It goes ahead of you. Your bag and your chair are set up when you get there. So I just have to take the ruck. But I'm looking forward to it. I have everybody has a target to raise. The whole thing is to raise awareness and to raise money. And the awareness obviously is to make sure we keep the memory alive of all of those who have fallen, obviously. And then there's also a fundraising aspect of it. And the official organization is called 50 Mile March, and it was founded by an Air Force veteran. And you can go and read the whole story. But so the money goes to help veterans that might have mental health issues or might be homeless. In fact, the organization has built a little community of tiny homes and stuff like you hear about in some other areas. And they've really done a great job. I got a chance to talk to the founder yesterday for a little bit. I look forward to meeting him in person. But just really a cool organization that I would know nothing about had it not been for my friend Frank, who called me last year and said, "Hey, I'm doing a 50-mile march," and I'm like, "Why?" He says, "Well, he told me the whole story. He says, "Hey, can you send me something of Zane's? I want to march in his honor." And I was happy to do so. And then after it was all done, he said, "Well, maybe you could join me next year." And I'm like, "I'm an old man." He says, "I'm older than you." And I said, "Fair point." And I said, "Okay, well, I've got a year to condition myself to walk 50 miles. And so it was on, and I signed up, did the 20 mile qualifier. Has to be 20 miles, had to be done at a certain pace and a certain amount of time, blah, 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 to prove that you're fit enough to embark on something like this. Anyway, it's really a cool thing. I'm excited about it. I'm a little bit nervous about it, obviously, but I think I'll do okay. There's about 200 of us, broken up into 4 platoons to keep things sectioned and manageable and all the normal stuff. So it'll be good. I hadn't been to Omaha in a little while. I wish Lori could go with me, but I'll certainly make a visit to the cemetery there and see my old buddy Todd Vanderwerken and Roy Walton and obviously Dagan Page and others there before I leave. And the cemetery is not too far from the ballpark, actually, so it's very convenient. Let's see. Lori says, yeah, my mom needs to spend time with the great grandkids. Yeah, her mom's almost 80 and still kicking, doing well. And so it worked out. I mean, it obviously it's a trade-off, but I'm sure I'm still young enough. I'll probably try to do this again next year. Like Lori said, maybe maybe we can do it next year. There's Katie Aaron. Well, I had such a great time meeting you, Katie, and your beautiful daughters. It was so awesome to hang out with you guys after all these years of just being connected via Facebook, and you guys were fantastic, and Matt is awesome, and I think we'll be friends for life. It was so good to have you guys over at the Airbnb there, and it really was a good time. Well, here, let me put, speaking of the running to honor, I'll go ahead and put, you can take a look at the link there. There you go. Take a look at that, and you can get an idea of what it's all about, what I'll be doing this weekend for fun. But I would imagine, we'll get to, after 22 hours of walking, we'll get to the ballpark and we'll still have adrenaline and all the festivities and celebratory things at the end. But then it'll be time to crash, I'm sure. So I'll see. We'll see how that goes when we get there to the ballpark. But I'm planning to leave Omaha sometime on Monday morning. So we finish the race Sunday morning, and then I got to leave Monday morning because I got to drive down to St. Louis. I've got some business activity there at the headquarters on Tuesday, all day Tuesday, and then I'll drive home. I'm driving, by the way. Then I'll drive home on the Wednesday, and then the Thursday, Lori and I are going to the Braves-Dodgers game here in Atlanta, so I have to be back in Atlanta by then to go to the Braves Dodgers game. Braves are doing good. Braves won today, having a good season. But let's see. You got the info in the chat there. I've done a pretty good job. I have so many good friends at work. Everybody's been really fantastic in helping me get to my goal. The original goal, everybody shoots for $2,500. That's sort of the minimum expected. And I hit that real quick from my colleagues at work and some of you. And the last time I checked, I was at about $4,500. So I'm hoping between now and the weekend I can get that to 5,000. This sounds like a good round number. So I got about 500 to go. So I put a post on LinkedIn where I do all my business activity and stuff. So I'm thinking that during the course of this week, I'll have some of my other colleagues contribute there and get to the 5,000 mark. And I think the organization as a whole, well, let me tell you where they're at. With another week to go, it looks like this may not be the most current because they had a really big fundraising blitz yesterday and today, but almost at $700,000. So $700,000 is going to go to the organization to distribute and meet the objectives that they have of serving the veteran population there, largely in the Omaha, Lincoln area. But yeah, they've got a goal of 1 million. So I'd imagine between now and the weekend, that number will go up significantly. So really good thing. Sort of stumbled across this. You guys know that Lori and I are big with My Warriors Place, and with Running to Honor. And now here's another organization where we get to contribute our time and efforts and energy, and it's a good thing. Speaking of My Warriors Place, Aaron, who's the founder of the Running to Honor 5K, where we were at in Detroit, because they were honoring Zane this year, part of the proceeds of the run this year are going to go to My Warriors Place. Aaron asked me, hey, what would Zane want? And I says, well, I don't know what Zane would want, but I'll tell you what Lori and I would want is My Warriors Place. So Aaron hopes to deliver that personally to Kelly at My Warriors Place. So stay tuned on that. We'll work all that out. But what a great, these connections are just fantastic. And, you know, you just got to warm your heart that there are organizations like Running to Honor, like My Warriors Place, like the 50 Mile March, that are in the business of serving the veteran community and making sure that our fallen are not forgotten. So appreciate all three of those organizations, and look forward to assisting and helping for many, many years to come. All right, well, let's see, what else do we have here? Hat of the week, hat of the week, hat of the week. Usually has something to do with whatever's going on around here in the fabulous McDonald Estate and Insane Asylum. And because I was in Amsterdam last week, I wore my Holland hat. And you know the crazy Dutch with their orange, remember the World Cup and everything? Well, I got this in the airport in Amsterdam and a couple of times ago. And Daryl nailed it. That's in honor of my most recent visit to Amsterdam. I've already been there 5 years running now. And we're already planning for next year's visit to be a little bit earlier, maybe June next year. So we'll see how things go. Speaking of London, I'm heading back in September. So when I get back on this week and a half, 2 week trip, I'll have maybe a week or a week and a half home, and then back to London for a week, middle of September 12th, 13th, something like that for the week. And then I'm home for the weekend. Then I go to Washington, D.C. the following week for some more veteran-related activities. And then I'm home a little bit. Then I go to Baltimore, and then this Houston, this, that, and the other, and then wrap up the year back in London. And Lori should be able to come along with me. But I got just over 2 weeks, in London in December, leading up to the week of Christmas. So it's becoming quite common here. I think this will be our third, fourth December in London, but it has to do with the work I do and everything. But anyway, well, let's see. Yeah, Lori's talking about Kelly's new book. Kelly Kowal at My Warriors Place has a new book out. You can go to Amazon and find it. But just an amazing what she continues to do with My Warriors Place. They're really ramping up a lot of things with the gun range and lots of other activities there. If you ever get to the Punta Gorda, Florida area, it's about an hour drive south of Tampa, where she moved. She's got 2 properties down there. One that has all the units, like where Lori and I have stayed, and then one is got the gun range and the cabin and all this other stuff. But if you ever get down there, if you ever want to go down there on purpose, let me know. We'll coordinate it with Kelly. You know, it's a veteran sanctuary. That's all I can say. And but I know you will love it if you can go down there. Okay, I think that is it for tonight. I'm going to wrap it up here. Try to tie up a few more loose ends. I've got to work a little bit in the morning before I hit the road, and but I'll look forward to checking in with you all. Maybe I'll do a quick. Maybe we'll see. Let me not commit to it, but next Sunday night we'll have done the 50 miler, so maybe I can jump on, give you guys an update if I'm awake. If not, it'll have to wait till the following weekend, which I'll be home for. So, but anyway, you guys know. Watch the Facebook page, and you'll see all that. But Lori's right. It is the best time to go to London. I'll tell you what. Christmas time in London is absolutely fantastic. If you've never been there, it's worth it. Christmas in New York, Christmas in London, Christmas in Germany, all the Christmas markets. Fantastic. Speaking of Germany, I do have a trip to Germany. My son Jackson and I, who works for Delta Airlines now, we're going to Munich for 1 week for Oktoberfest. So looking forward to that. There's Steve Shirley. Steve's in Cambodia, Phnom Penh, I think. And I've been watching Steve and Kathy's posts on Facebook, and they are world travelers since he's a two-time retiree, and they're all over the world. Well, Steve, you're in the same part of the world with our daughter Charlotte. She's in Thailand right now. She was in Italy for work and flew from Italy to Amsterdam, and Amsterdam to Bangkok, where she is now. So what is it? You guys are on the other side of the world. So what is it? 9 in the morning, 8 in the morning, something like that. But greetings to you and Kathy. Have a good rest of your trip and a safe journey home. And I get lots of messages from my daughter Charlotte with her adventures there. She and I were supposed to go to Mongolia, but it didn't work out. She and I still need to do a daddy-daughter trip this year. We're not quite sure how it's going to all pan out, but we'll get her done. Randy, happy anniversary. 54 years since joining the Air Force. Wow. You are an old man, you old fart. Well, good. Randy, I know you and Kathy have been doing a little bit of traveling too. Look forward to seeing you guys. I guess we're going to meet in Pensacola next year. I don't know if Lori knew that or not, but we're going to be in Pensacola for the next reunion, 10th Acts reunion next year. So looking forward to that. We'll see Randy and Kathy and Steve and Kathy. Oh, you're on your way to Bangkok. Okay, well, I know it's a big town, but hey, maybe you'll bump into our daughter. Oh, it's crazy. I had a friend in the London office. He was on safari in Africa the week before last. Ran into an old coworker of ours on a safari in the continent of Africa. What are the odds? It's a small world. But anyway. All right. Well, I think that's about it. Everybody have a fantastic week. Have a great week. Make it count. And perhaps we'll see you next Sunday night for an abbreviated edition of Speaking of Zane. If not, you can be sure I'll post about my success in getting across the finish line, unless I have some sort of tragedy, which I hate. Maybe I'll break an ankle or something. I hope not. But the weather's supposed to be great. My body is ready for it, and I'll have my buddy Frank there with me. So, and 200 other people. So everything should be okay. So I look forward to letting you guys know how it goes, and I appreciate all the support, prayers, everything like that. And we'll look forward to seeing you next time. Be good. Cheers.